Alright, so I just wanted to do an update real quick of the FreeNAS build that I built a few weeks ago. If you haven't seen the video for that, I'll put a little thing here, and I'll leave a link down in the description. But basically the problem I'm having right now is the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo is a great cooler and everything, but the stock fan that comes on it is really shit. Like, let me start this up and let you guys listen to it real quick. Now, that was with my lav mic. I don't know how good it's going to pick it up, but it should pick it up pretty good because that's pretty damn loud. And the whole reason for me getting the Fractal Define R4 to put this in is so that way it'd be quiet. So what we're going to do is we're going to change out this fan. I don't know if I just got a bad fan or what's going on with it, because when I first got the fan it wasn't having that issue. So I don't know exactly what the issue is, but we're just going to swap it out. And what we're going to switch it out with is this here. This is a Corsair 120mm SP fan. What SP is static pressure, which you would want for something like this. Anything that goes up against a radiator or something like that, you want something like this to where it has the thicker blades. Because what that does is it pushes more air through it, rather than something like this, which is just designed to push air faster. This is actually made to push air through things. Either fan will work realistically, but the right way to do it is to put a static pressure fan on here. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Now, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and get a little screwdriver and just pop these clips up. You might be able to get them off with your hand, but I found it's a lot easier to just use a little screwdriver. And most of the time, if you have the clearance in here, you don't have to pop the cooler off. So that came off pretty easily. And as you can see, it's a pretty cheap fan that they put on there. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's hitting anything, so it's definitely the motor or something like that in it. But then basically what you're going to want to do is there's little isolation pads right here, 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 and here. You're going to want to take those off real quick. And behind that you have your screws. And then the only thing you really should need for this is like a Phillips head screwdriver. So let me just go ahead and undo these. They're a little tight, so I got a bigger screwdriver. And as you can see, everything's off the fan right there. All it is two little clips like this that just have little clips on the side. So we're going to go ahead and install this onto the new fan. And the way I want it going is I want the label to be out, so that way it's pushing air in this way and pushing air out of the back of the case. Now, hopefully you didn't clean off the sticky stuff on the back of here. I should have mentioned that a little bit earlier. But what you're going to want to do is just kind of stick them back on there. If you have more tape, it would be great to tape them back on. But realistically, this will be fine. It should hold it just fine once you actually fix this to the cooler itself. But basically what that does is it just provides a little bit of separation. That way you don't have any vibration up against the radiator and have any kind of noise, which is pretty much the key thing of what we're doing here. And the reason why I put it like this, to where the clip is on the top and the bottom right here and my fan thing comes out right here, because I can tuck that in under there and plug it right into the motherboard and not have to deal with it being all out in the open and coming from this way and wrapping under and all that crap. So you want to pay attention to that if you're worried about cable management and stuff. But then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to plug this in first, because you're not going to be able to access that plug once you get this back on here. Now make sure that that's on there all the way, and then you're just going to want to take this, pop it right back into place, and just make sure that all the clips are on there. You just want to go around each one, make sure it's on there all the way. Make sure there's nothing blocking the fan, the wire isn't running in it for some reason, to where you didn't tuck it in right. And then we'll go ahead and start it up, and I'll let you listen to what it sounds like. Yeah, so as you can see, you can't really hear it at all. But that's going to be it for this one. Just a simple little thing on how to change out the fan on the Hyper 212 Evo. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. If you disliked it, give it a dislike. And I'll see you guys in the next video.